Right, you might see the title of this video and think, what the heck? Is this guy some sort of psychopath? But once I explain why it's titled that, it will all make sense. But basically, my dad passed away when I was very young. I was about 2 or 3 years old when he passed away. He passed away when he was literally like 21 years old, so my age. And it's always been kind of like a weird thing for me, like losing someone that is meant to have such a big impact in your life, and you know, losing someone that is meant to be a special character in your life growing up and stuff, but at the same time not knowing that person. It's kind of really weird. And it's not like I didn't have a father figure growing up. Like, I have a stepdad, we call him dad, we wanted to call him dad from a young age, so I always had a father figure growing up, but not having my real dad there has always been a very weird thing for me to overcome. And I never really grieved about it, because realistically, like, I was 2 years old. Like, you don't even have really consciousness, you know what I mean? You don't really remember a lot from back then. But one thing that does get me is like all the memories that we could have potentially had. But for me personally, I'm not someone that gets too upset about it. If I do get upset about it, it's when we watch like old memories of like Christmas videos and stuff like that, of him like talking to me and my sister. That's the only time I get upset about it. But growing up, and especially as a young man, I've used this as a driving force to become better, knowing that I'm essentially the only male in the family that carries his last name. You know, I'm responsible to make his last name special now. You know what I mean? Like, how can he pass away so young and then me be literally his son? I think it's kind of disrespectful not to make his name special, not to make his name known. Like, one thing I want to do is, my first son is going to be called Daniel Adamson II. Like, that was his name. His name was Daniel. Like, I want to give his name a second life. And just in general, like, even if it's not possible, like, we don't know what essentially happens after death, if you believe in heaven and hell, if you believe in like becoming a different type of being, like whatever you believe in, I always thought like, he's looking down on me right now, I can't be lazy, like I have to work hard. Like, if I'm out on a run, I'm like, I want to give up, and then you just imagine that he's looking down on you at the same time. It's like, you cannot be lazy, you have to work hard. But I think that's quite possibly the best way to go about it. Like, yeah, you can get upset about it and think, oh, I lost my dad from a young age and this and that. But truly using it as an opportunity to become better, that's probably the best thing you can do. I'm quite sure if you've lost someone recently or when you were young and stuff like that, the last thing that they probably want you to do is to be sat there crying about it all the time. Like, yes, you need to go through your grieving period and stuff like that, but I'm 99.9% sure that the person that you lost want you to become better. They don't want you to sit around and cry. They want you to work hard. They want you to become a better individual. It's very unlikely that they'd want you to just sit there and cry about their death all the time. I think using these situations to become better and change the trajectory of your life is a very important thing, and I think it's a very special thing as well. One thing I like to think about is Batman. Like, of course, both my parents didn't get murdered in a bloody alleyway, but what did Batman do? You know, he turned this tragic event, his parents getting murdered in front of him, but then he made it his purpose. Do you know what I mean? He's now, you know, he now fights crime in his city. He doesn't want the same thing happening to other people in his city, so he's like, this is me now. I am the protector of Gotham City. You know, he used that situation to become better. I know it's like a fictional story, but it applies so well because, you know, these tragic things that happen to you, they don't define the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? You can use it to either negatively affect your life or positively affect your life. And once you use this situation, you literally have a reason to work hard all the time. Like, even if that person might not necessarily be looking down on you, like quite literally, just imagine them doing it. Like, when next time you feel a little bit lazy and just like, oh, they're looking down on me, I can't be lazy right now, I have to make them proud. Do you know what I mean? Maybe this is like quite an autistic way of looking at it, but this is just how I've always used it. I've always used it as a situation to become better. Like, I need to have a massive legacy, so his name is special, give his name a second life. But yeah, using these situations where, you know, you lost someone very dear to you, whether you lost them at a young age or you knew them very well, you lost them recently, I think using that situation to become better, I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't know, hopefully this video resonates with someone or the people that are watching this video, because I think more people need to do it. I know, you know, it's obviously like a tragic thing and people need to have their grieving period and stuff like that, but eventually using that situation to better yourself, I think that's a very cool thing, and I think it's absolutely the best thing to do as well. But boys, thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video and sub to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.